Hello and welcome to my YouTube page. In this video we will walk through a Python program. In the beginning I will give you an overview of what I plan to cover, then I will switch over to Python idle editor, walk you through the script and then run the program in Python shell. At the end, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Now let's begin. A tuple is a Python sequence similar to a list. To create a tuple of items, write the values separated by commas. It is often convenient to enclose the items in parentheses. A tuple is immutable, which means that after creating a tuple it cannot be changed. The value of the elements in a tuple cannot be altered, and elements cannot be added or removed from the tuple. Tuples can be nested, which means tuples of tuples can be created. Function len can be used to get the number of elements in a tuple. A tuple can be converted to a list by calling function list. A list can be converted to a tuple by calling function tuple. It is also possible to build lists of tuples and tuples of lists. Tuples are preferred over lists when the programmer does not want the data to be modified. This is an advantage as they can be used to prevent accidental addition, modification, or removal of data. Another benefit to using tuples is that they use less memory and make program execution faster. In contrast to a list, every time an execution is performed on a list, new objects are created and they are not interpreted once. Since tuples are identified in Python as an immutable object, they are built as a single entity. Various functions can be performed on tuples. The functions we will cover include length, maximum, minimum, summation, any, all, sorted, tuple create, count and delete. As with lists, the individual elements of a tuple can be referenced by using an index value. We can use the index operator to access an item in a tuple, where the index starts from 0. Now, let's open up the Python idle editor and develop a program that performs several functions on tuples. First, start out by putting identification information for the Python file enclosed by 3 quotations. For the program file name, let's title it Tuple Functions.py. Then the author information, and for that, I'll put my name Lewis. Next the date, which is September 18, 2022, and lastly I'll put a short description of the program. This program performs 10 functions on tuples. The functions we will cover include length, maximum, minimum, summation, any, all, sort, tuple create, count and delete. For this program, I want to use 3 different tuples. Type letters equals, open parenthesis, apostrophe p apostrophe comma, apostrophe y apostrophe comma, apostrophe t apostrophe comma, apostrophe h apostrophe comma, apostrophe o apostrophe comma, apostrophe n, apostrophe close parenthesis and press enter. For the second tuple type numbers equals, open parenthesis 1 comma, 2 comma, 2 comma, 3 comma, 4 comma, 4 close parenthesis and press enter. For the third tuple, type pets equals, open parenthesis, apostrophe cat apostrophe comma, apostrophe dog apostrophe comma, apostrophe hamster apostrophe comma, apostrophe guinea pig apostrophe close parenthesis and press enter. Prior to implementing the 10 methods, let's print each initial tuple. Type print, open parenthesis f quotation, tuple 1, 2, and 3 are :n, open curly brackets, letters, close curly brackets, \n, open curly brackets, numbers, close curly brackets, \n, open curly brackets, pets, close curly brackets, close the quotation, close the parenthesis and press enter. The F preceding the input statement means formatted string literals, and it is a way to format your string that is more readable and fast. The tuple titles embedded in curly brackets will pull in the tuple values that were input above. The \n will create a new line for each tuple. The print function prints the specified message to the screen or other standard output device. The message can be a string or any other object. The object will be converted into a string before being written to the screen. I want to input a blank space between each method, therefore, type print, open and close parenthesis, then press enter. The first function we will cover is the length function. The length function is used to find the length of a tuple. It takes one parameter, it's a tuple in our case, and returns a total length of a tuple by counting the tuple's number of elements. Let's calculate the length of all tuples by typing length 1 equals len, open parenthesis letters, close parenthesis, and press enter. Type length 2 equals len, open parenthesis numbers, close parenthesis, and press enter. Type length 3 equals len, open parenthesis, pets, close parenthesis, and press enter. Now, let's print the lengths of each tuple by typing print, open parenthesis, f, quotation, the lengths of letters is, open curly bracket length 1, close curly bracket, comma, numbers is, open curly bracket, length 2, close curly bracket, comma, pets is open curly bracket, length 3, close curly bracket, close the quotation, close the parenthesis and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis, then press enter. The second function is maximum. The max method returns the elements from the tuple with maximum value. Let's print the maximum value in the numbers tuple by typing print, open parenthesis, quotation, the maximum number in the numbers tuple is, colon, quotation, comma, max, open parenthesis, numbers, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The third function is minimum. The min method returns the elements from the tuple with minimum value. Let's print the minimum value in the numbers tuple by typing print, open parenthesis, quotation, the minimum value in the numbers tuple is, colon, quotation, comma, min, open parenthesis, numbers, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The fourth function is sum. The sum method returns the sum of all elements in the tuple. Let's print the sum of the numbers tuple by typing print, open parenthesis, quotation, the summation of the numbers tuple is, colon, quotation, comma, sum, open parenthesis, numbers, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The fifth function is any. The any function returns true if any item in an iterable are true, otherwise it returns false. If the iterable object is empty, the any function will return false. An iterable is any Python object capable of returning its members one at a time, permitting it to be iterated over in a for loop. Type print, quotation, are there any iterable values in the pets tuple, colon, quotation, comma, any, opening parenthesis, pets, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding open parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The sixth function is all. The all function returns true if all items in an iterable are true, otherwise it returns false. If the iterable object is empty, the all function also returns true. Type print, quotation, are all the items iterable in the letters tuple, colon, quotation, comma, all, open parenthesis, letters, close the parentheses twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The seventh function is sorted. The sorted method is often used to sort elements of a list in ascending order, with the first element being sorted by default. Type print, quotation, the sorted letters tuple is, colon, quotation, comma, sorted, open parenthesis, letters, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis and press enter. The eighth function is the Python tuple function itself. The tuple function is built in Python and is used to create a tuple. Let's convert a list into a tuple. Lists are created by the use of brackets, therefore, type vowels equals, open bracket, apostrophe a apostrophe comma, apostrophe e apostrophe comma, apostrophe I apostrophe comma, apostrophe o apostrophe comma, apostrophe u apostrophe, close the brackets and press enter. This is the list as its items are enclosed in brackets. Let's convert the list into a tuple by typing print, quotation, the converted tuple from a list is, colon, quotation, comma, tuple, open parenthesis, vowels, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Later when we run the module, this list will be converted into a tuple evidenced by its items being enclosed within parentheses. Insert a blank line by typing print, open and close parenthesis, and press enter. The ninth function is count. The Python count function returns the count of the given element. The numbers tuple has duplicate items, therefore let's use the count function on this tuple. Type print, quotation, the count of number 4 in the tuple numbers is, quotation, comma, numbers.count, open parenthesis, 4, close the parenthesis twice as there are two preceding opening parentheses and press enter. The 10th function is the delete function. I won't input a code example because if you delete a tuple, when you attempt to run the module it will return an error stating the name of the tuple is not defined, therefore confirming the tuple has been deleted. Now, let's run the module and confirm the program that performs several operations on tuples works as expected. In the Python idle editor header, click Run, then click Run Module. After the idle shell opens, based on the code we input, first Python prints the initial tuples. Next, Python prints the lengths of letters is 6, numbers is 7, pets is 4. The maximum number in the numbers tuple is 4, the minimum number in the numbers tuple is 1, the summation of the numbers tuple is 20. We wanted to determine if any items in the pets tuple were iterable. Are there any iterable values in the pets tuple returns as true? Then we wanted to know if all values were iterable in the letters tuple. Are all the items iterable in the letters tuple returns as true? The sorted letters are H, N, O, P, T, Y. Furthermore, we wanted to convert the vowels list into a tuple. Here you can see the brackets have been replaced by parentheses as this is how tuples are constructed. The converted tuple from a list is a, E, I, O, U. Lastly, the count of number 4 in the tuple numbers is 3. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload videos to YouTube. I'll see you next week with a new Python video. Until next time, take care.